All right, welcome. Today, we're jumping right into the incredible world of entrepreneurship. We're going to talk about what it is, who actually does it, and, how it really shapes, well, pretty much everything around us.
You know that feeling, right? That little spark of an idea. Maybe it's a solution to a problem that drives you crazy every single day. Well, that feeling, that's it. That's the seed. That's where it all begins.
Okay, so what are we really talking about when we throw around the word entrepreneurship? Let's get right to the heart of it, that initial spark that kicks the whole thing off. Okay, so here's the textbook definition. It's all about creating, developing, and managing a new business. But here are the two parts you really got to pay attention to: generate profit and taking on financial risks. It's this incredible dance between ambition and just plain courage. And when you break it down, you see it's so much more than just starting a business, right? It's about new ideas, yeah, but it's also about taking those big calculated risks. It's about being able to adapt and solve problems on the fly. And this is huge. It's about contributing to the whole economy, creating jobs and growth for everyone. Right, so no idea ever just exists in a bubble. It creates this huge ripple effect. It's not a one-way street either. It's this constant back and forth with the world around it. I mean, just think about it for a second. Our culture, what we value as a society, all that stuff absolutely shapes the kinds of businesses that pop up. But then, and this is the cool part, those new businesses turn right back around and start shaping us, changing how we act, what we buy, even how we live our lives. And it's the exact same story with the economy, a buzzing market that's fertile ground for new companies. And then what happens? Those new companies create jobs, they inject money into the system, they spark competition. It's this powerful, nonstop feedback loop.
Okay, so we've covered the what. Now let's talk about the who. Who is this person? What kind of DNA does it take to step up and say, yeah, I'm going to build this thing?
So you see a list like this: resilience, creativity, vision, and it's so easy to think, well, you're either born with that stuff or you're not. But here's the secret, and it's a big one. That's just not true. Every single one of these is a skill. It's a muscle you can build. Take resilience. Founders will tell you again and again, it's the number one thing you need to survive. And you don't get it by magic. You get it by getting knocked down and getting back up again. And that's exactly why there's no one-size-fits-all mold for a founder. Seriously, entrepreneurship is this incredibly diverse world. People come at it from all angles with totally different strengths and reasons for doing it.
First step, you've got your technopreneur. This is the person who sees technology as a lever to just completely shake up an industry. Think about what streaming did to movie rentals, or how banking apps have totally changed how we manage our money.
Then there's the social entrepreneur. For them, it's not just about the profit. The real bottom line is purpose. They build these amazing sustainable businesses to solve huge societal problems. We're talking things like clean water access or creating new renewable energy sources. And then you have the lifestyle entrepreneur. These are folks who build a business that fits the life they want to live. It could be the designer who can work from anywhere in the world, or maybe the passionate baker who opens that tiny, perfect neighborhood coffee shop. The business serves their life, not the other way around. Okay, let's pause here because this next part is so important. There are so many myths floating around about entrepreneurship, and honestly, they can stop a brilliant idea dead in its tracks. So let's bust some of those myths, shall we? This is probably the biggest myth of all. The idea that entrepreneurs are just born different, that you either have it or you don't. The reality? It's a set of skills. Things like problem solving, managing money, leading a team. And just like learning an instrument or a sport, you can learn it. You can get better with practice. All right, myth number 2, and this one stops a lot of people. You need a ton of money to start. The truth is, so many giant, successful companies today started with next to nothing. We're talking garages, dorm rooms, funded with a little bit of personal savings. It's called bootstrapping, and trust me, it's way more common than you'd think. And finally, this idea that a brilliant idea is all you need. We all love that light bulb moment story, right? But an idea, that's just the starting gun. Real success, it almost always comes down to execution. The day in, day out hard work, the smart moves, and being able to pivot when, not if, things don't go according to plan. So, now that we've cleared the air on some of those myths, let's get practical. Let's talk about the how. If you've got that spark, that idea, what does the actual journey look like? Where do you even begin?
Look, going from an idea to a real thing isn't just one giant, terrifying leap. It's a path. It's a series of steps. It starts with what you're passionate about, what you're good at. Then you do your homework. You do the research. You make a plan. It's all about taking it one step at a time.
And what about the money? Well, you've got way more options than you might think. It's not just about chasing down some big shot venture capitalist. You can start with your own savings, find an angel investor who believes in you, look for government grants, or hey, you can even get the public to fund you through crowdfunding. There are so many different ways to get the fuel for your fire. And that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? The why. Why do people put themselves through this? Because it's so much more than just a career choice. It really is a path to growing as a person, to finding your own financial freedom, and maybe, just maybe, making a real, tangible impact on the world. So that brings us to our final question for you. Because at the end of the day, every problem out there, big or small, is really just an opportunity in disguise. The world is absolutely full of challenges just waiting for someone with a new idea, a fresh solution. The only question left is, which one are you going to solve?